I chose my boss over my husband. This is what really happened. It started with a compliment. Innocent, fleeting, and wrapped in professional charm. And it ended with me alone in an empty house, staring at divorce papers I never thought I'd sign, while my phone buzzed with messages from coworkers who finally knew the truth. This isn't just a story about infidelity. It's about the slow unraveling of a life I thought was safe, and the one decision that detonated everything I once claimed to love. I didn't plan to cheat. I didn't wake up one morning and think, I'm going to ruin my marriage today. But looking back, maybe the signs were there. Maybe the loneliness was louder than I realized. I was married to Jason for 7 years. Jason was steady, solid. The kind of man who filled the gas tank without being asked, who always made sure the bills were paid, who cleaned out the gutters every fall like clockwork. But stability has a dark side no one talks about. It can feel like suffocation when love turns to routine, and routine turns into silence. Our conversations became predictable. Our dinners quiet. Our touches obligatory. We weren't fighting. That would have meant we still cared enough to clash. We had simply faded. Two strangers occupying the same house, sharing the same Wi-Fi, and falling asleep to the same shows with our backs turned. I tried to shake things up. I really did. I suggested therapy, weekend road trips, anything to bring back the spark. But Jason brushed it off every time. He was tired. He had work. Why fix what's not broken, he'd say. But I was broken. I felt invisible. Then I got promoted. New role. New office. New boss. His name was Damien. Damien wore confidence like a custom suit. Always crisp, always in control. He had this way of looking at you like you were the most important person in the room. And for the first time in years, someone saw me. Not as a wife or an employee or a fixture in someone else's schedule. As me. Impressive work on that presentation, he said once. I don't think anyone else in this company could have pulled that off. I should have just said thank you. Should have walked away. But I stayed. I let myself bask in it. 'Cause it felt good. Oh good. Compliments turned into late-night meetings. Then casual dinners. Then work trips. Each step felt like crossing a line, but a line I convinced myself I could still step back from. Until one night. We were at a conference in Chicago. We shared a bottle of wine, talked too long, laughed too loud. And when the elevator doors closed, he leaned in. Our lips met. I told myself it was a mistake. I cried in the hotel bathroom that night. But the next morning, I didn't regret it. I texted him first. And that's when I knew. I was already gone. What followed was a series of choices I now wish I could undo. I stayed late at work more often. I bought a second phone and hid it under the spare tire in my car. I told Jason I was under pressure, that deadlines were getting tighter. He believed me. Of course he did. He trusted me. At night, I'd crawl into bed next to him, my skin still tingling from Damien's touch. He'd pull me close and I'd lie stiff, guilt crashing over me like waves. But the next morning, I'd still send Damien that good morning text before Jason even opened his eyes. I told myself I could keep both lives going. That no one would get hurt. That I deserved to feel alive. I didn't realize how far gone I was until the night it all crumbled. Damien sent me a message. Asterisk. Couldn't stop thinking about you in that dress today. You're dangerous. Asterisk. Only this time he didn't send it to the burner. He sent it to my personal phone. The one I'd left unlocked on the kitchen counter while I was in the shower. Jason read it. He didn't confront me that night. Or the next. Instead he watched. Noticed. Me coming home later. Me pulling away. The affection gone. A week later he sat me down after dinner. His voice was steady. But his eyes, hollow, wounded, that was what shattered me. How long has it been, he asked. I couldn't answer. 'Cause he already knew. He packed a bag that night. Took nothing but some clothes and the leash for Max, our rescue dog of 6 years. He didn't yell. He didn't slam the door. He just walked out. I collapsed on the kitchen floor, sobbing so hard I couldn't breathe. Not because I got caught, But because I'd lost the only person who ever loved me fully, without conditions, without games. Damien. He ghosted. Claimed HR was catching on. Said we should cool things down for a while. Then he stopped replying entirely. The promotion, the passion, the secret notes, gone. Rumors started at work. I overheard someone whispering my name in the break room. Heard the laughter when I left the elevator. Then came the closed-door meeting. Maybe a transfer would be best, for professional boundaries. Translation: you're a liability. Jason filed for divorce. No fight. No arguments. Just a polite, devastating exit. He left the house, the car, even our wedding photos on the wall. He only took Max. And that broke me more than I ever thought possible. I tried calling, writing, begging. He never responded. My sister stopped inviting me to dinner. My parents said they were disappointed. Friends dropped off one by one. All I had left was an empty inbox, a cold bed, and the echo of the moment I chose glitter over gold. People think affairs are passionate, exciting, sexy. But they don't talk about the aftermath. The silence. The shame. The emptiness. If I could go back, I'd beg Jason to go to counseling. I'd scream louder. I'd try harder. But I can't undo what I did. All I can do is speak the truth, in case someone else is standing at that same edge. Feeling unseen. Flattered by someone new. Let me be clear, that late-night text. It's not harmless. It's the first crack in the glass. And it only takes one slip for the whole thing to shatter. You think you're choosing freedom, excitement, something you deserve. But you're trading something real for something fleeting. Glitter doesn't love you back. Jason did. And I destroyed that for nothing. So if you're lonely, talk. If you feel unseen, speak up. If your heart is drifting, fight to bring it home. Don't be me. Don't let one decision cost you everything. Because the truth, it never stays buried. It always finds its way to the surface. And when it does, you won't recognize the wreckage.